What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Crypto Down Under Bitcoin update. So, I've circled off where I last did an update. So we were correcting down from a high pivot and getting back in touch with what was a channel. And since then, it did wick through the support that I was suggesting from over here, the pivot. Remember, there was an initial pivot here and then a secondary pivot down here. So we didn't quite make it to the second pivot, but we wicked through that first pivot and almost made it to the 0.5 Fibonacci level of this run here, this run. So since then, there has been a really nice bounce. There was a hammer. Let me just delete this circle quickly. There was a hammer candle and then a bullish engulfing straight after that. So that was two candles that suggested that there was going to be an uptrend to follow, and that's exactly what happened. We got an uptrend, and we are currently in the middle of that uptrend, leveling out, heading into the weekend. So I believe in the US right now it would be Saturday night. Now remember, on weekends typically Bitcoin does go quite flat and boring because there's no influence from the stock market over the weekend as it's closed. So the Saturdays, at least on the UTC 0-100 hours, which is what TradingView uses for its day to day. But if we were to do that, let's go to UTC. You can see the time switches up. This is the Friday candle. There was a lot of action in Friday. However, you can see that the Saturday candle, just, very gentle and easy and sideways. Okay, so with this move here, what has happened? Like, why did we get that high? And where are we heading next? Well, if you take the high point from over here, you draw a line like this, or even over here like this. Look at the touches we're getting. So you could argue it came from over here. So this little pivot high is acting as some kind of resistance, and it's basically parking up just before hitting $60,000. So we've had multiple tests along this line. So I think that green line there would be the price or the line to beat. Usually I make them yellow. Let me get a yellow color happening. So from here, is there any sort of chart pattern going on the 1 hour chart? Is there any, it kind of looks like there's a triangle or a pennant. I'm just going to draw that in. So we'll make that red as a resistant trend line, and then a supportive trend line in green. We don't have a hell of a lot of candles to work with. It's only I wouldn't say that this is gonna survive this support line. I think we're likely to come down, perhaps, over the coming couple of hours, perhaps. But let's see what it does. This could still print out like a flag type thing as well. So if I take the parallel of this red line to down here, that could be another target. I'm gonna leave that. Let's see. We'll use a green line. I'm gonna leave these lines in, and we'll see how it did. We'll see how it behaved at the next update video. See if anything happens with that. All right, so from here, this is what the path would sort of look like if it did like a flag and then break out. If it was textbook, bull flag type thing. But let's leave them there. They're just hypothetical lines. Is there any trend line on the bottom side? there was, I think it's since been broken, which was this. So this red candle here broke that trend. And then top side, you've probably got another trend as well. Looks like it might even be a parallel. Yeah, almost parallel, if you can see that. So there's a channel, a rising up channel. It's a little bit more like this, if you're going to be real technical about it. About the wick touches. It actually goes to about there. Something like that. So let's zoom out a little, because I think in the very first Bitcoin update in this format that I did, we had a bit of like price action analysis that I was going off, and I had some notes that I had drawn up. So I'm just gonna zoom back out and we'll get those notes in. Was this notes, or these notes here and these notes here. So remember, it's the highs that define a downtrend and it's the lows that define an uptrend. So we know that we're in a downtrend on the daily time frame. Let me just hide these lines and everything. You can see still getting lower highs on the macro view, the higher time frame, and we're still getting lower lows on the macro view on this higher time frame. So price is currently in a downtrend as we are getting lower highs on the daily chart, and that is still the case. That is still the case. There's been no daily chart pivots that have come up higher than the previous. So we need to get above 70,000 to change the daily structure, to change the character of the trend. So just over the weekend, I don't think we're gonna get a hell of a lot of activity. Just judging by previous weekends and the typical behavior of Bitcoin over the weekend. It looks like right now there might even be, it's trying to turn green. We've got like 13 minutes left of this hourly candle. Not a hell of a lot has happened. But yeah, you never know. This might produce support, this trend line. And we might come up to the high side and test it again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to cover in this video. I do have an idea for future videos, or like a couple more videos for basically describing setups, like where do you take a trade, like what, just different strategies, like a strategy series, I guess you could say. But yeah, that'll be to come later on. So I'll wrap this one up. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you got something to say. All right, catch you guys in the next one.